This is Sue with Explore More with Sue, and I am on the MS Trollfjord. It's a Hurtigruten ship. We are just finishing a 12-night incredible cruise that went up along the coast of Norway. It's called the North Cape Express. We started in Bergen and we're ending tomorrow in Oslo. We're on night 11, and tonight's night 12. This has been an amazing trip. I've got a few notes to recap it. So we're on the MS Trollfjord. This is a beautiful ship, and this is 100% cruise ship. Some of Hurtigruten ships are not 100% cruise ship. They're part cruise ship, but part cargo and transport ship. This ship, the MS Trollfjord, is an actual 100% cruise ship. So if you are looking for a cruise experience, you'll get it on here. Now there's not a pool, there aren't any hot tubs, there's not a theater with Broadway type entertainment. So if you're looking for that, you're not going to get it. But if you are looking for a cruise experience where the food is great, the service is fabulous, the drinks are free flowing, the lounges and the public spaces are beautiful, this is the one for you. We have had an awesome time. So let me tell you a little bit about it. I've got a lot of notes. And first of all, too, if you want to follow along with some of my photos, check out my Explore More with Sue Facebook page. This ship is a perfect size. It holds 500 people. We've had 250 on ours, so it's been great. It's been half full. We haven't had to wait for anything. It's been beautiful. I'm standing on deck 6 right now. It goes all the way around the ship. So if they announce that the northern lights are visible, you can come out to deck 6, or you can go up to deck 9, which is the top deck. If you are a walker or even a runner, it's a little bit cold, you can go all the way around. So there are a lot of people that will come out here when it's not too cold and walk all the way around the deck. I think it takes five or six loops to get a mile. So it's not very big, but it is an easy place to do that if you want to. The food has been great. There's a dining room with a buffet breakfast and lunch. And then dinner is sit-down dinner that's served. There's a specialty restaurant that has lunch and dinner, and that is also included. And then there's another specialty restaurant called Roast that is not included. The food's excellent. There's an extra charge for that, and they also have wine pairings there. But the food has been great. They are very conscious of food dietary restrictions. So everything is marked as vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, allergen, anything with allergens. So if that is something that you're concerned about, do not be concerned when you get on this ship, because they are very, very conscious about making sure you know what you're eating. There's a very small gym, very small, like with 2 treadmills and a bicycle and 1 elliptical, a couple of free weights. Very small, 2 small saunas. The cabins are small but functional. So they have heated floors in the bathroom. They have hair dryers. There is no safe. There's no fridge. But really, it's really all okay. There's a lot of storage space in it. There's no counter space in the bathrooms. Now I'm talking about for regular standard cabins. If you have a suite, it'll be different. But they are small, but they're very functional. And really, these cruises are all about the experience outside. So you're not really in your cabin very much. So it doesn't really matter that they're very small. So an inside cabin on a cruise like this, I mean, today is the 11th of January, which is a really, really awesome day. And it's been very dark on this cruise because we're so far north. But so having an inside cabin this time of year wouldn't be as big of a deal as it would be if you were sailing during the summer. Everybody who works on board must speak Norwegian. They also speak English. They are on board for 24 days at a time. So they're on board for 24, they're off for 24. So our waiter changed in the middle of our, cruise, but it didn't matter. The service is still great. Everybody's very, very friendly and professional. There is a really nice game room and library. There are all sorts of public spaces to sit and read a book. You can find a quiet spot if you want to. You can find a more social area up at the very front of the ship. There's a 2-deck lounge, which is incredible. It's got 270-degree views. There's coffee, tea, hot chocolate throughout the day, and then there's a bar with great bar staff. So those 2 decks are really a great place to be, especially when it's cold and you don't want to be outside, but you want to see what's going on outside. So that's a good spot to be. And there's also a free laundry room. The detergent you have to pay for. So you buy the detergent at the front desk, but if you bring your own, you don't have to pay for it at all. But it's a very small laundry room, but we did laundry a couple of times, and it worked like a charm. The ship runs on time. When it says it's going to be in port at 8 a.m., it is in port at 8 a.m. When it says it's departing at 6, it departs at 6 p.m. It is very, very timely, which is great. There are daily presentations. So they'll be on, the Vikings or the Sami culture. So they have presentations every day, and then they also have a daily presentation of what we're doing the next day. So that's really, really fun. And with that, of tomorrow's happenings. So they will kind of recap what happened the day before, and then they'll talk about what we're doing the next day. And there will also be some art and some culture that's presented as well on those daily presentations. There are also presentations on deck 9, which is the top deck, a lot of times, that are a variety of things, like there are Norwegian cultural things that are presented. There's a Norwegian coastal kitchen that they have had numerous times throughout our cruise, where they give you samples of different types of Norwegian food. If you are sailing from October through May, make sure you bring warm clothes. I mean, bring warm clothes any time of the year, but you never know what the weather's going to be like. So if you go up above the Arctic Circle, it is freezing, it is windy, it is dark this time of year, but there is actually more snow here today, and we are very far south. We're in Kristiansand. We're very far south. There's more snow here than there actually was up when we were up in Honningsvåg, which is up at the farthest point north. So make sure you bring warm clothes, bring a neck gaiter, bring mittens or gloves, bring hand warmers, and make sure you bring yak tracks or something for your shoes. So I grew up in snow country. I know what it's like to walk on snow and ice. It is snowy and icy here in many, many places, and just wearing snow boots or shoes that are designed to go in the snow, not so good, because it is very snowy and very icy. So get something to put on the bottom of your shoes when you go out. That's a necessity. Also, make sure you've got windproof and waterproof items to wear. The daily excursions are not included, but there are a lot of them. They are very expensive, so they're great. People really liked the excursions. They had very good reviews, but there's a lot to do when you walk into town. If you don't want to do an excursion, there are all sorts of museums, there are cultural things, there's shopping, there's all sorts of stuff to do if you don't want to do an excursion. On board, there's a nice gift shop, and let's see. Oh, there are a lot of nationalities on board too, by the way. So this cruise has 16 different nationalities. So the passengers are from many, many places. Lots of Aussies, lots of English, lots of Irish, Canadians, Americans. We've met people from Brazil. So there are a lot of countries represented on this ship, which makes it really, really fun. So make sure you talk to other people. There are also a lot of solo travelers, a lot. And they will put a table or two together for solo travelers at dinner so that you can meet other solo travelers. During the winter, it is cold and dark. Just know that it is going to be cold and dark during the winter. In many places above the Arctic Circle, the sun never comes up above the horizon. So it is dark until about 10:30 in the morning, and it is pitch dark by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It is cold, it is windy, it is awesome, but just know that it's going to be cold and dark. Let's see, the last few things. It's very dry. It is very dry, especially above the Arctic Circle. So, and there's no lotion in the cabin. So bring some lotion, bring some lip balm. It's very, very dry. The weather is unpredictable, as I mentioned. Another thing, there's great Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi has been really, really good. So we've been pretty much able to do whatever we want with the Wi-Fi on board. Bring comfy shoes to wear on board. So even though it's cold when you're outside, this is this time of year. Now, if you sail during the summertime, it's different. But for this time of year, it's cold outside. When you're inside, though, a lot of times it's pretty warm. So bring a pair of sandals or bring a pair of running shoes. Bring something comfy to wear on board. A lot of people have been wearing t-shirts around inside, even though it's sometimes minus degrees outside. We did get to see the Northern Lights. Yay! We got to see them 4 different times. They were incredible. It's so dark when you're out on the ship, and the Northern Lights are spectacular. They don't look as great with the naked eye, but when you hold your camera up to take them, they're amazing, amazing, amazing. And the crew will alert you if the Northern Lights are showing. So we got woken up at 2 a.m. one morning, we got woken up at 1 a.m. another morning, but it was totally worth it because it's the Northern Lights. The expedition part of this cruise is because of the ports. It's not like you're getting in Zodiacs, and it's not part of Hurtigruten expedition, but it does have kind of an expedition-y feel, which is great because of the ports that you're going to. You get off, you have to wear your yak tracks on your shoes, and off you go into the snowy Arctic tundra in some places. So it has kind of an expedition-y feel, but it's very, very cruise-ish, which is great. They work really hard on board. The crew is great. We've had an amazing time, from the cabin stewards to the wait staff. Sometimes they're the same people. They're the cabin steward in the morning. They work in the dining room in the afternoon. So the crew has just been outstanding. We sit at the same table every night for dinner. I mentioned that already. It's been an awesome experience. We would absolutely do this again. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message on Facebook, or you can email me at exploremorewithsue@gmail.com. We would do this again in a heartbeat. When we go home, we're going to tell our friends about it, and hopefully you'll get a chance to do it, because we can't say enough good things about it. So thank you for watching, and the next adventure awaits.